Thank you. Thank you very much. I've been interested in the scientific environment of Albert Einstein in Italy. Why? Because it's a way to have an overall picture of his scientific environment before he becomes well known in 1905. Because there are the letters he sends to his girlfriend Mileva Maric, and he writes the letter when he is in Milan. And also he has a friend, Michele Besso, and Michele Besso is living in Milan from 1899 to 1901. I will focus on a very specific point here. The scientific environment in Pavia, which has been already well done, but there is one more point I think we can add. Remember that in 1900, Albert Einstein is graduated from the Polytechnicum in Zurich, and he begins a PhD. His PhD deals with molecular forces in liquids and in gases. A first paper is published in Annalen der Physik. Its title is Conclusions Drawn from the Phenomena of Capillarity. In this paper, Albert Einstein defends an original point of view, which is wrong, but very original. He thinks that there are forces, point-like forces between molecules, and that each molecule can be defined by a constant. He calls it C alpha, which is a constant which plays a role, the same role as mass or gravitation, attractive role. By combining two energetic methods, one from cohesion in fluids, mechanics, and the other one from thermodynamics, cycles, he obtains the values for the C alpha for hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, chlor, brom, and iode. He uses that data for surface tension of about 40 organic molecules and uses the least mean square method, which was not very used at the time. And Einstein mentions in his paper the Italian chemist Roberto Schiff. Fabio Bevilacqua drew my attention to this point. The subject of the PhD is extended in April 2001 in Milan to gases, but I have talked about this in 3 years ago. It's not my point here. My point is to know how do originate Einstein's interest in capillarity. We know that Einstein follows Hermann Minkowski lectures at the Polytechnicum in 1897-1898. We also know that he reads Boltzmann, gas theory, around 1900, and that in April 1901, he speaks with Michele Besso about molecular forces, surface phenomena, dissociation, etc. We also know that from his personal library, he has read Jules Viole's book on physics, a book that he bought at the library Hoepli in Milan. And also in his personal library, you can find the 3 volumes of William Thomson Popular Lectures and Addresses. And the first one deals with capillarity. The first chapter deals with capillarity. I don't know if he bought it at the time, but it's published by Macmillan, and Hoepli sold Macmillan books at the time. The question is, can we find other sources in his scientific environment in Pavia or Milan? Looking at different kind of journals and reviews, I happened to find a reference to a Marangoni in a paper by Hermann Minkowski. It's 1907 paper on capillarity for the Sommerfeld Encyclopedia. Marangoni mentions Beobachtungen von Marangoni, and he gives a reference sul espansione delle gocce di liquido, etc. He's mentioned 3 times in Marangoni papers, in Minkowski papers. Now I come to different facts which can draw attention. First one is in a paper by Stefano Bordoni and Fabio Bevilacqua in Albert Einstein, Ingegnere dell'Universo. We learned that Albert Einstein gave a scientific paper to Ernestina Marangoni, because Ernestina Marangoni is one of his friends when he is in Pavia, and he meets her in 1895. I have emphasized the point un ulteriore saggio di Einstein dal titolo Electricity and Electric Current. From the book by Lucio Fragonese, we learn that Albert Einstein asked to Ernestina Marangoni to give him back his paper the year after because it was wrong. So did Einstein feared Ernestina's judgment or someone else's judgment? Lucio gave me the reference to this book, published by Fabrizio Bernini. Fabrizio Bernini has met Ernestina Marangoni and has bought the archives from the Marangoni family, from Ernestina family. And in this book, he refers to engineer Carlo Marangoni, who is Ernestina's uncle, but with no more reference. So I went to the Diocesa in Pavia, to the archives, and you have the Registro di Nascita of Giovanni Marangoni, who is Ernestina's father. He's born 28 May 1843, and he has a brother, and his brother is Carlo Marangoni, who is born 29 April 1840 in Pavia. Thanks to Lucio, I met the people in the Archivio in Pavia, and they gave me many very interesting documents. You have the registration of Marangoni at the Pavia University with the extract of birth, 29 April 1840. His diploma in Mathematica in 1863, signed by Giovanni Cantoni, and his inaugural dissertation sull'ascesa della linfa nelle piante. His doctoral dissertation is made under the direction of Giovanni Cantoni in 1865, and it is the dissertation which is quoted by Hermann Minkowski in his paper. You have a very well documented paper on Carlo Marangoni, published by Emilio Borghi in the Atti della Fondazione Giorgio Ronchi. And you learn that Marangoni was assistant of Professor Cantoni in 1865-66, then assistant to Professor Matteucci at the Museo di Fisica di Firenze. He was also a professor at the Dante Liceo until he retired. Just a remark, he was a colleague of the famous physician Moritz Schiff, who is Roberto Schiff's father. Marangoni has published about 80 papers, just the beginning of the list here, from 1863 to 1896. And he is known for his work on capillarity, and especially for the Gibbs-Marangoni effect. The Gibbs-Marangoni effect describes a gradient of capillarity between two different liquids. And one of a consequence of that, if you look at a glass of wine with a degree of alcohol about 25, I think, you have the menisque of the surface like that, and the alcohol evaporates near the wall of the glass, so there is a gradient, and this gradient makes water go upstairs and under the weight down. It's called tears of wine, this phenomena. You have a picture, not well defined, but you can see some effects. Where could Albert Einstein meet Carlo Marangoni? Because Marangoni is working in Firenze, and Albert Einstein is living in Pavia in 1895, 1896, then in Milan, and he comes back to Pavia from times to times, and we know that he comes back at the times of grape harvest for the vendemmia. I asked the question to Fabrizio Bernini, who gave me this answer. I don't know if someone can read it for me because I'm not or you can read it. So it means that every year, once a year, Carlo Marangoni came in Casteggio. You have the picture of the beautiful house of the Marangoni family in Casteggio. And Albert Einstein also came at that time for the grape harvest in Casteggio. He was living in the little house just near. Oh, thank you. He was living in the little house you can see on the beginning here, attendant to the big house. And Carlo Marangoni came to Casteggio, was not living in this house, but in another one belonging to the Pelizza family. Ernestina Marangoni married Pelizza later, and they could meet at this time. Marangoni was involved in the formation of teachers. He was well known for his pedagogical works.
5 minutes. Discussion or...
Okay, I have finished. So we can imagine, we have no proof of that, but we could imagine that there could be some discussions between Carlo Marangoni and Albert Einstein concerning capillarity phenomena when drinking some wine during the grape harvest. It may have some other consequences, but this far we have really not any proof. But in 1867, Giovanni Cantoni wrote a paper dealing with the origin of the Brownian motion, and he stated that Brownian motion was due to was a kinetic molecular effect from the solvent particles. So maybe there could be also discussions on Brownian motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have a few minutes for comments or discussion.
Okay. You can find more information in the book.
Is there someone? No? Okay. Thank you. Thank you.